Hello everybody, welcome to another great episode of Hillbilly Select Reviews. Today we're doing my famous Sunday morning, world famous Sunday morning coffee review. Yeah, but before we get started, what do I ask? Hit the sub real quick, get it done. So many people watch this and only it just takes a second to hit that. You don't even have to hit the bell, right? Just hit it to give me the support and the motivation I need. You know what the bell does. Hit the bell. I put a lot of stuff out. You're going to get a lot of stuff, but you know what? You don't have to watch it, do you? Just read the title. If it doesn't sound interesting, scroll on by. When something you like pops up, give it a look. If you can't subscribe, or even if you do subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Takes 1 second. And if you can comment, all those things help the analytics, help the channel grow, keep me motivated. Never going to ask for money, for Patreon, for any of that crap. All I want is what I mentioned. I'll do the rest. I'll spend the money. I'll spend the time. And that's it. Attached to this, the first comment is going to be pinned. It's going to be by me, and it's going to have attached my coffee playlist. Check it out. You're drinking coffee with me, I hope. Drink it together. But your second cup, check out my playlist. Find something really cool and fun to watch. And see, because what's going to happen there, now you're going to learn a lot. But you're going to find stuff that you're going to want to try. You're going to want to give away as gifts, put in people's stockings at Christmas. Bring it to houses when you go for dinner parties, hosting yourself. Just great things. And then if you check the playlist in general, you'll see that I do the wines, the beers, all broken down, so easy to find, the liquors, the liqueurs, everything. You can learn everything about all these things if you want to get started in drinking them and stuff like that. If you need to give one away as a gift to somebody, I have the ideas, I have everything broken down for you. That being said, Private Selection, which is what? Kroger's brand, breakfast blend. All right? There. Little hole where the Keurig thing went. Now, Private Selection Breakfast Blend Coffee is a splendid, so they say, all Arabica blend of hand-selected Latin American coffee beans. That's the main thing we want to know, Latin America. Last one I just did from them was Latin America plus Hawaii. It's a light roast. All right, that's all we're going to look at. I'm not going to bore the hell out of you. All right, what does it smell like? First of all, check out the color. Not bad. You know, a light roast has more caffeine than a dark roast. And a lot of times in a light roast, since it hasn't been cooked, and the cooking, the medium, the dark, the different dark, the French, the Spanish, the Italian roast, changes the flavor to the burnt, to the coffee, to the dark toast. But the lighter you go down, in a real light roast, you really pick out the fruit flavors, the fruit, the grassiness, the floralness of a coffee a lot of times on a good fresh cup. So you get a different thing when it's light than when it's dark, obviously. And I am getting a little bit of a, obviously, traditional coffee smell. That's number one. If you take your time, if you've trained your palate to smell things, and you do like I do, because I'm a nerd and I smell everything in the garden, everything. I'm an amateur cook, and I work on things, so I can do these reviews intelligently and enjoy everything I taste. And because it's anyway, it does have a grassy note to it, like a hay type thing, just slightly vegetative, let me say. With the traditional coffee, I'm not smelling fruit. A lot of times you will smell some type of a fruit smell, floral smell. Not getting into that, but where you get most of that is with a freshly roasted and ground. And then you take it home from the shop, or you get it mailed to you. They do it and mail to you a day or two, and you really notice the difference there. Now, there is such a difference between a light roast and I just had a dark roast. Man, so you're not getting the chocolate and the burnt toast, the chocolatey cocoa flavors and all like that. You're just getting a brighter, what they call bright, not weighed down by the cooking process, not adding that burnt chocolate, which is good and hearty and great, and I love that taste. But when you go light, you do get the brightness. You pick up things that you don't normally get in the coffee. It's so different. I did a video, light, medium, and dark, somewhere in my playlist. So I'm getting none of those notes. I'm getting the vegetative, just a lighter, but not light in flavor, light, like not that heavy darkness, but it's flavorful. I don't want to say light. It's just, obviously it's different, but it has flavor, a lot of flavor. It's just a different flavor. What I say, lighter, crisper, brighter, if those things mean anything to you. Hard to describe those terms, but they pop in my head. The acid's a little higher, maybe that's it. On the light roast, you're getting a little more acid. So that pops, like it's like freshness. That's why they put acid in sodas. That's why, and lemonade is so refreshing. Things that have a lot of acid are refreshing. White wines like Sauvignon Blanc and all are considered refreshing as opposed to like a Cabernet Sauvignon. So the acid, especially when it's not balanced, like in the, I won't get into it too much, it'll be too nerdy. But anyway, that little higher acid is adding a pop to it. A little lighter on the bitterness, on the back, the heaviness. So it's kind of changing the dynamics of it. Anyway, it's different, it's good. Now, I'm going to change dynamics a lot with my heavy cream because I love heavy cream. And everybody knows it who watches the channel because I use the hell out of it because I love it. A little bit goes a long way. Sometimes I don't put it in. I either drink it black or with heavy cream. I don't like putting anything else in my coffee. Yeah, I will sometimes. Now, flavored ones, a lot of flavored ones, sometimes you want to put a little sweetener because they're made to. This thing's supposed to replicate a pastry or something like that. It's got to have sugar in it because, or some type of sweetener because no pie doesn't have. So if you want to bring it closer to what they're saying, you kind of have to add that or you really can't compare it. Well, this doesn't taste like a pie. Well, no shit. Pie has 6 cups of sugar in there, right? We put a little bit in and sweeten it and bring it closer to the thing. Just my 2 cents on that. All right, so the heavy cream brings out flavor. Sometimes it covers up flavor. If you use too much or it's a light coffee, I want to know that. But a lot of times the coffee shines through, it mingles, it brings things out somehow to fat. It adds the vanilla, a little touch of sweetness, perceived sweetness from the lactose. And just love the smell of that in there. The mouthfeel becomes thicker like a milkshake and it's just delicious. See, still solid coffee. Now the cream will knock down the acidity and it'll knock down the bitterness, right? That milk, that cream counteracts. Okay, I think antacids are basically calcium and stuff like so. In the old days, they used to prescribe milk for ulcers, so it will knock down the acid if that's something that. But that acid was crispness and stuff. So take a little away as it adds. It's going to add and take things away at the same time. But overall, I like what it does. So, there it is. Private Selection, Kroger, breakfast blend, light roast, and you know where the beans come from. And that's all really you need to know here. It's fun to, every time you buy some coffee, to get a different one from a different region, a different roast, and you can have fun. You can take your time if you can, or just as you're drinking it, just mental notes. You'll get used to it after a while, and you start picking things out and the differences, and you'll find your favorite. But don't give up, because your favorite is only your favorite until your next favorite, and so on and so on and so on. That's why I never try. That's one reason I never tried the same thing twice, hardly. The other reason is because I'm always looking for new stuff for you all. So, in return, subscribe, 2 seconds. Thumbs up if you can't subscribe, or even if you can. And then a comment. Obviously, you've watched it. You have contributed all you can do to the channel. I appreciate it. We're going to watch this baby soar to the top of the ratings. Just from those actions right there. And that, my friends, is fantastic. So, till next time, I will see you all on the next one.